listen. If you're in a safe place, stay there. And if you're not, do something about it. Get to higher ground.
And that right now, as you're waking up with us, the entire West Coast under a tsunami advisory after now an 8.8 magnitude earthquake struck Russia yesterday. Good morning, and thank you so much for being with us here on CBS 8. I'm Netta Iranpour.
And I'm Evan Narani. You just heard Honolulu Mayor Rick Blengardy urging residents to seek safety as tsunami waves bore down on the island.
Overnight, the National Weather Service downgraded a tsunami warning in Hawaii to now a tsunami advisory. Officials in Hawaii say people who had to leave and evacuate their areas can now return to their homes this morning.
The epicenter of the quake struck 74 miles off the coast of Russia's Kamchatka region and about 12 miles below the surface. The United States Geological Survey, or USGS, says tremors began around 11:25 a.m. local time. That's about 4:25 here.
Let's show you a video now from the Hawaii Department of Transportation, where you see right there heavy traffic on the H1 interstate that's in Honolulu yesterday, as many people on the island rushed to get to higher ground, as they were told from the mayor and the governor.
And this is video of the quake's damage in the Russia Far East region. The wall of a kindergarten building collapsed. The area's Minister of Emergency Situations said no one was inside at the time and no injuries were reported. So far, Russian authorities are only reporting minor injuries and no significant damage in the sparsely populated region.
So now here's data from NOAA. This is showing water levels at Midway's Sand Island in the Pacific. You see right there, typical tidal movement, the ups and downs on the left side of your screen, most of the screen there. But then there's that peak on the right side of your screen of nearly 6 feet. That was when tsunami waves passed through that area about 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. Sand Island, part of the Midway Atoll, is a mere 43 feet above sea level. So that's in that area where it peaked.
So we are going to get to CBS 8's Regina Ureta with the latest on the impacts to our coastal areas, but we want to bring in meteorologist Vanessa Paz, tracking the latest conditions. Vanessa, still under tsunami advisory, right?
And we will be for at least a few days. Again, a lot of people are under this misconception that a tsunami is a single wave. It's a series of waves, and it will last for days ahead, especially into the first half of the weekend. The good news is National Weather Service has reported that we've seen the first impact of waves across San Diego County. Very, very minimal. We really have to be thankful that we're looking at very low surf, anywhere between 1 to 2 feet. If we were at peak or even king tides, it could be a completely different story. But as of right now, the waves, the swell bringing in very small sets, so therefore any additional heights are going to be fairly minimal, especially for us here in SoCal. All right, let's go ahead and revisit the watches, warnings, and advisories pertinent to this earthquake out in Russia. That's about 6,000 miles away. So again, the waves impacted from this, or excuse me, the tsunami waves, I should say, had to travel very, very far to hit the coast off here in Southern California, which is why, of course, the main concern, the main threat were those micro islands, including Hawaii. All right, so we are still under the tsunami warning, or advisory, I should say. Sorry about that. Through about 3:20 Saturday. Strong currents, waves still possible. Just make sure that you're always remaining cautious around those beaches, harbors, marinas. Never, ever turn your back on the water, and make sure that you're staying up to date, keeping those alerts and notifications on when it comes to your local officials. All right, we are continuing to monitor the situation off our own coast here in San Diego, and CBS 8's Regina Ureta is live in Oceanside this morning. And Regina, how are things looking out there? I know there are a lot of boaters, a lot of people who reside in those boats just near the harbor. What's it shaping up to be out there?
Hey, good morning, Vanessa. Well, we know that you're keeping a close eye on really just our surf, but from here, from our point, not seeing much at this time. Our coastal areas since yesterday afternoon through the overnight hours have been monitored by the National Weather Service as well as our meteorologists here at CBS 8, but we're not seeing any strong and unusual currents and unpredictable surges. San Diego and most parts of the West Coast is under a tsunami advisory, so that means potential strong currents and waves could be dangerous to those near the water. It's best to keep away from any beaches at this time, as that advisory is still in place. Now, our photographers went from Oceanside to La Jolla to see if there were any significant impacts overnight. Again, everything seems to be okay. No damages to any of the piers like Fisherman and Scripps. The advisory was sent out yesterday afternoon after an 8.8 magnitude earthquake struck the coast of Russia. Hawaii and parts of Japan were under a tsunami warning, but have since been downgraded to an advisory, with Hawaii lifting evacuation orders across the state. So far, no damages have been recorded. Only one person was injured in Hawaii. It happened while they were rushing to evacuate, and they have been taken to the hospital. But one thing that I do find very interesting is that Wednesday's 8.8 magnitude quake that hit Russia is among the 4 strongest earthquakes of this century and among the 8th strongest since 1900. So it's caused reaction across the nation, of course, here in San Diego. Take a listen.
On vacation, I was like, I don't know, it's probably not going to happen, 50-50 chance, but I see like a lot of people talking about it. I'm getting a little worried now.
I don't believe until I see it.
I'm going to be hanging out here till about 9:30, and if it's going to hit, then I was told to just go up this road back here.
Definitely to look at the news stations, go on the web and see what the recommendations were, what the advisories were.
We are very far away, and it has to go a long ways, and a lot of the energy will dissipate from the wave going across the Pacific.
Now, again, San Diego is still under that tsunami advisory. We also know that the Bay Area is under a tsunami advisory. Communities more up north, though, they are under a tsunami warning, and we are keeping a close eye, monitoring really just the wave, the surf out here. We'll keep a close eye, and if any details change, we'll be sure to share it with you. For now, I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Regina, thank you very much. And now let's give you a live look right here at the Scripps Pier. This is in La Jolla, where they do a lot of monitoring right on the pier. There are buoys out in the water measuring sea level and wave heights. Our photographer, Julio Vasquez, has been there since 2 in the morning, keeping a close eye on things. So as you see right there, obviously it's still dark out, but I did notice a lot of people pulling up to the shoreline, just keeping an eye on things as well. We don't get tsunami advisories often here in San Diego, so it piques a lot of people's interest, curiosity to see what this might mean for our shoreline. But glad to know that for now things are very nice and calm out there. 1 to 2 foot waves, not going to impact the shoreline much. So thank you to Julio for keeping an eye on things, reassuring us there that in La Jolla things are looking calm this morning. Streaming right now on CBS 8+, we do have a special exploring how vulnerable California might be to tsunamis. Is it? Well, all the information available on our free streaming channel, CBS 8+. Download on your TV, and you can watch for free. Our coverage does continue on CBS 8+, so be sure you have our streaming channel. You can watch it anytime on your time. And now rip currents, one of the biggest hidden dangers in our ocean. They can turn a day at the beach into a life-threatening situation. San Diego lifeguards are urging beachgoers stay alert and to know what to do if you get caught in one. During a tsunami advisory, for example, the water is sloshing around a little more than normal, so the risk of rip currents are there. CBS 8's Brian White has more on what you can do to stay safe.